looking for ways to get some vegetables into your toddler's diet, we're going to make some quesadillas today. Chicken quesadillas with zucchini, onions, and chicken. Let's do it. This, of course, is another way to work through that zucchini surplus I've got. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the bags of frozen zucchini that I prepped the other day, and we'll get going on these quesadillas. Got some avocado oil spray, sticking it into a skillet. And I'll go ahead and put this bag of frozen shredded zucchini, this is 2 cups, into the pan. That is thawing out and starting to cook. I'm going to chop up this onion. I like to cut off both ends and then peel off the very outer layer. I'm just going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to do some thin slices. And get these in the pan too. And we'll get those cooking for a bit. Okay, while those are cooking, I'm going to take a chicken thigh that I cooked up last night. I'll do this other small one too. I'll just do those 2. And I'm going to get those chopped up. Direction too, just get those pieces a bit smaller. I find that it's a lot easier for me to prep things like this by going ahead and cutting the pieces small enough for my baby to eat, because it doesn't really affect the flavor of what we're making for the adults and my toddler, but it makes it a lot easier when it comes to serving, so I don't have to cut up quite as many things. Okay, that's pretty good. Plenty of chicken. Okay. I'm guessing that this is probably going to be enough filling for me to do quesadillas for 2 days, so I'll probably take all this, split it in half, and save half of it for tomorrow. Okay, zucchini is starting to thaw out and separate. Just getting this all mixed up as it cooks down. That water will evaporate while everything cooks, and then we'll try to get it to a little bit of a caramelized finish, and then once that is to that point, I will add in the chicken. Alright, most of the water is cooked out at this point, so I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir. At this point, we're just looking for a little bit of caramelizing, mostly in the onions, but maybe a bit on the zucchini as well. Yeah, this is looking good. A couple more minutes, and then we'll get the chicken added in and some seasonings. Okay, these are looking great. We're going to go ahead and put the chicken in, and we'll add some seasonings. Okay, giving this a little stir, and I'm going to add in some salt and pepper and some cumin. The chicken is already a little bit seasoned, so I don't need a whole lot, and I'm not measuring anything. It's all kind of just by eye. Okay, so here's our filling. Like I said, this is enough for 2 days for us. My daughter and son and I, we usually just eat one big full tortilla quesadilla, so like one on top, one on bottom, two tortillas total. And this amount of filling should be plenty for 2 of those. So if you're making 2 full-size quesadillas, then that's a good amount there. But we're gonna go ahead and just make 1 today, so I'll save half of this. We're just going to be using this Great Value Fiesta Blend shredded cheese today and Don Pancho burrito style gorditas flour tortillas. So we are going to start with this Gigantor skillet, and I'm going to go ahead and put some of that avocado spray in it like I did before. And then what I like to do is I set my first tortilla on here, roll it around a little bit, and then I take this one out, and this one will be our top, and then I set my second one down. And then heat on, of course. That would have been good to do beforehand, but here we go. So I've got my tortilla down on my oiled skillet. We're going to go ahead and put cheese down, then filling, and then a little more cheese, and then the top tortilla. Lost there, not too bad. And what's nice about this cheese is if it falls in the pan, I just kind of move to the edges here, and as it cooks, it will actually get crispy and makes a pretty delicious addition to these quesadillas. Probably could have gone a little bit longer on that. I might flip it once more to get a little bit more golden brown on that side. But really nice. Okay, now that is what I like to see. So we'll give it just another 30 seconds or so on the other side, and we'll be ready to stick it on a plate. Okay, let's check this out. Beautiful. Now that is perfect quesadilla. Sticking that on my plate. Turn off my heat. And let's go over here. And we'll get it all sliced up. My favorite tool for cutting up a quesadilla is a piece cutter. So we're going to get that cut. I usually like to cut it in 8s. So go one direction. Mama! Yes, honey? Okay. Go ahead and get started. I'll be right there. In this direction. In this direction. And then I usually give my kids each a quarter of it, and then I'll have this half. They may not eat all of it. My son usually eats all of his. My daughter is hit or miss. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and take kitchen scissors and get it to the size for my kiddos. So for my son's pieces, I'll cut the end, and then I'll cut just a little ways in, cut a few bites, and then here I split to 3 sections. Cut, and then up here I cut to 4, and maybe 5 sections up here. And then kind of just separating them so they're like centimeter or so wide strips, and then I cut the end so that all of the bites are about centimeter squares, maybe a little smaller. Just a little bit more here. Good job, honey. Woohoo! Okay, and then this is just a crispy tortilla. So I'll go ahead and do that with this other piece too. Just a second, honey. I'll get it, just a second. Yeah, you need to keep going. Well, not for just one time. Good job, proud of you. And for my daughter, sometimes she likes them just like this. Most of the time I do better if I just cut them in like, not as small as his, but just kind of pick up a bowl size. If that makes sense. So, just like that. Like half a nugget size. That's how I make my chicken zucchini quesadillas. Let's see how they like it. Yummy. Yum. What do you think?
Good.
Good. I'm glad you like it. Mmm. So good. Great flavor.